Hey, Fright Nights, it's your old pal Count Jackula from Planet Dracula, and just wanted to give you a few updates about what's going on. It seems a lot of people are really enjoying the Return of the Living Dead video. We're going to get back to that very soon. Like, you're going to have the next part of that within the next couple of days, but just want to let you know why you don't have it already. One, October was massively busy. Like, it is a miracle we got the first part of Return of the Living Dead out. We filmed a video with some jerk with a camera, aka Tony Goldmark, where we spent like fucking 3 days in Disneyland, and I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hate Disneyland. It's not a great place for me. I don't like it. I'm not a big Disney fan. Disney was not a real big part of my childhood. I remember things like The Thing and the Halloween movies and Friday the 13th, like way more. That was my childhood. My childhood was 80s horror movies. We did get to go to Halloween Horror Nights, which was a lot of fun. Like, I had a much bigger blast when I was there. I mean, like, after 3 fucking torturous days in the fucking happiest place on earth, like, we go to fucking Universal City at Halloween Horror Nights, opening night, and fucking, like, we walk in, there's, like, fucking pyrotechnics. They're like girls dancing in cages, like they're playing Rammstein, like, and I'm like, oh, this is way more up my alley, like, I don't think Tony liked it as much though, like, But me and Horror Guru were having the fucking time of our lives. We did a little haunted house here in the garage, which is also where my set is, so we had to take that down. And that went really well. Like, the kids loved it. The adults loved it. It was very, very, very simple. Like, obviously, Horror Guru was helping. Morgan Funder of the Idiot's Lantern was also helping. And, big shout out to her. Some of Horror Guru's friends also helped. My buddy Seth also showed up. And, of course, the wonderful, beautiful Countess was completely behind the idea 100%. We also went to the Ghost concert here in San Francisco, like, less than a week before. So that was a big deal, and that show was amazing. Like, that show was awesome. There's something beautifully communal about the experience of a metal show, particularly Ghost, because the way they do it is it's like a congregation in an old Gothic church. Like, that's the feel that they're going for, even though they're playing it like in the war field. Sorry, that was the Countess on the phone. Apparently, she wanted to know if the water was still running, because apparently a couple blocks away, one of the water mains blew open. Our water's fine. But one of the other reasons I'm doing this kind of thing is that we're always trying to improve our techniques on the Count Jackula show. And one of the things that I'm never been super happy with is the use of the camera. I like a really, really nice picture, even though we sample it down and nasty it up so it looks like an old movie. But the better picture you have to start with, always the better. And I discovered a few techniques that could be used to improve the overall picture quality. So that's what we're testing now. One of the other things is that I forgot to mention in the Return of the Living Dead video that was actually one of the Kickstarter rewards for Matthew Iannone over at the Sports Reel. You should check him out. Like, he does a show that's all about sports movies. He's in the middle of his Rocky retrospective right now. Give Iannone some love. Subscribe to his channel. Check him out. Comment whether you like it or not. Share his videos. He's a real good guy. I really like him. I want him to succeed. So fucking check him out. So the next part of Return of the Living Dead is going to be in a couple of days. I don't want to give you an exact date because, you know me and punctuality at this point. But, like, we're always trying real hard for you guys. And we just really want those episodes to be as good as they possibly can. Because even though we do these kinds of things, like the vlogs, the rants, and random shit like that, the real meat and potatoes of the channel are the horror movie reviews, like the in-depth comedy reviews. That's the real meal here. And I also want to give a few shout outs to the horror. Her personality just kind of comes off the screen. You should definitely check her out. Despite the fact that we disagree on Tales of Halloween, I actually really like that movie a lot. How dare you not like that movie, horror? How dare you? Give her a subscribe, check her out, give her some likes, comment on some videos, good stuff. But another thing that is happening, which is why I'm not giving an exact date for why Return of the Living Dead Part 2 is going to come out, why I'm just saying in a couple of days, is that the Countess's mom is going to be in town. And so we're going to be entertaining her for a little bit. I like my mother-in-law very much, so that's not a problem. But, when the relatives are in town, I film in the house, I work in the house, there's just gonna be some time sink. One of the other things I want to bring up is that I was actually like kind of worried about some of the jokes of Return of the Living Dead. That's not to say that I thought they were bad. It's just, how do I prepare myself for some of the fucking hate comments, Because we're picking on PC, we're, making vagina jokes. But to my delight, the Fright Nights and Monster Girls have responded almost universally positive to it. And even those people who had a problem with it, like, admitted that they laughed at it. So, like, that's really the best possible outcome. I want to take a minute to talk about, like, some of my influences as well. One of the big influences on the show, obviously, are people like Nostalgia Critic and Cinema Snob, who I am on channelawesome.com with. But some of the others that you may or may not be familiar with are Boogie2988. That guy is a big influence on me right now. I love how like earnest and warm and personable the guy is. Whenever you see Boogie, you just kind of want to smile. He's just such a nice guy. And even though I myself am not nearly as nice a guy as he is, I always take a lot of inspiration from people who can actually put forth that much positivity. They are inspirational, even if you are a dark, snarky, angry, kind of, mean person. Like, it's nice to know that that kind of niceness can actually succeed in this world. And if you don't know who Boogie2988 is, you should fucking check him out. He's the guy that does the Francis videos, Fat Guy Destroys Xbox, that's him. And don't worry, that Francis character is a total put on. It's a complete exaggeration of an awful gamer because he himself loves games. He is a gamer, but he also recognizes there is some fucking stupid shit we all get up to. He's able to love something not just for what is great about it, but also for its flaws and still defend it at the same time. But another person who's a bit more obviously an influence on the show is Filthy Frank, who is a guy who does a lot of shock videos. If you don't know Filthy Frank, you probably at least know one thing that he did, and that was the Harlem Shake. That was Filthy Frank. He wasn't expecting it. It just fucking happened like it sometimes does on YouTube. But that was fucking him. His videos are really, really, really into shock culture, just like I am. Like, this is a man who loves to shock people. He does disgusting things. He does objectionable things. He does prank videos. And unlike some other guys who do prank videos, like, his prank videos, I really, 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 really love. Like, I'm one of the guys I don't fuck, like, Sam Pepper, man, fuck that guy. I don't fucking care about Sam Pepper. Like, that guy's an asshole. But Filthy Frank, on the other hand, I like a lot. Like, that guy is great. That guy knows exactly how to get a reaction out of his audience and to do it in a way that the audience will love him for it. Sure, he still gets a lot of hate, but hey, he also gets a lot of love. So if you're not familiar with Filthy Frank, go familiarize yourself. And then at that point, I think I've run out of topics for this little video here. I'm going to see if the footage comes out the way I wanted, see how that works. You may or may not be able to tell a difference, but hopefully I will. And until next time, Fright Nights and Monster Girls, remember to creep it real.